How you gonna go for a dump?
For what?
A dump.
You gotta go for a dump. Okay.
Are you serious?
That's the intro.
Don't.
Cue the music.
Team Canada.
Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm SeeJayAre, and today I'm joined by
GamerAlley.
and we right now are at my cottage in beautiful Sauble Beach, Ontario. I had to basically force Matt to come with me. This is what he does. Matt doesn't like to leave his room or do a whole lot of anything, so I had to basically coax him into coming up.
Should I show my legs?
No.
Why burn my legs?
You just showed the bottom of your foot. So yeah, we convinced Matt to come up, but he always does this. So he's been up here a couple times before, and then like an hour within the time he gets here, he's like, "Oh, thanks for convincing me to come. Having a good time." Okay, show them your legs. Matt burnt the crap. Yeah, they can't. You're showing them the bottom of your foot. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that. It's all right. Anyway, so today's video will be a Q&A followed by some bonus footage of Matt and I doing a taste test of lobster flavored chips, which we grabbed at the grocery store when we were there yesterday. Matt wanted to do a whole dedicated video to this, and I'm like, no, we'll just put a little segment in this Q&A. So I asked you guys for questions on Instagram, so I got, I don't know, 20 or 30 here that we'll move pretty quickly through. I'm not sure if we'll get to this. I'm sure somebody will ask, but let's start off with how we know each other, because that's the most common question. Let's start off actually with where the heck Matt has been. Where have you gone from social media in the last 2 years?
Well, I was stupid. I deleted my account.
He started by deleting his YouTube account.
Yeah.
Which I helped him build.
Yeah.
And you guys. Which he
yeah.
built through the help of viewers like you.
And then I deleted my Instagram because I lost GamerAlley, and I've went through so many names.
People were being mean to him on Instagram, so instead of blocking them, he decided to delete his account. So how many? You almost had 5,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Oh no, 3,000.
3,000.
Oh, that's 3,000.
So there's people on YouTube that have been there for 10, 12 years that have half of that.
I know.
So that was pretty annoying. And then Matt changed his name a bunch of times, so you may have lost track of where Matt went. I'll leave a link to Matt's Instagram.
There are 2 accounts now.
His GamerAlley account. Don't just ignore his other account that he's going to tell you about. Follow GamerAlley. He's back. He's not ever going to change his name again.
No.
What else? How did we meet?
Well,
we're not related. We're not brothers.
Someone thought I was his son.
Matt lives down the street from my parents.
Yeah.
I know Matt from high school.
Yeah.
Matt's like 2 years younger than me.
Yeah. I was in his gym class.
Okay, tell him the story quick.
We got teamed up for the badminton. We were like badminton.
So the coach of the basketball team paired me up with. He was our gym teacher, and he paired me up with Matt for the badminton tournament.
We were in the same class,
which we ended up winning.
Yeah.
And I'd like to say that it was all me, but Matt was actually pretty good.
And we used to,
Matt got a couple points for sure.
And when we used to get a point, we used to ride our rackets like horses. We
used to ride our rackets around and hit them on the. Yeah. So anyways. We won the grade 11 badminton tournament.
Yeah.
So that's a bit of our history.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get to the first question. The first question actually was, oh man, I should give proper credit. How did I just completely lose all that? Okay. How many switches? Le Mans Bleu.
Okay.
How many switches did Matt go through?
I've had 6 of the original ones. Like the ones with the dock, and I've had 3 of the switch lights.
9 switches.
I'm stupid,
so every time I don't convince, but like Matt talks himself into getting the switch.
Yeah.
And I'm like, listen, Matt, this is a good idea if you keep it. This is the issue with Matt. Like he can, people tell him, don't get another one. You've had 6 of them of anything, because he's had 6 of almost everything. And I said, Matt, it's not a bad idea as long as you keep it.
Yeah, I think the switch train has sailed.
And he never keeps it. So.
I'm not gonna get one again.
No. Retro Moose. Hey SeeJayAre, this is Retro Moose. How long have you been doing collectibles for games? How long have you started picking up game? How long have you been? Anyways, so I've been collecting games for 12 years.
Oh.
I want to say I started collecting. I started a small collection. You came over like when we first started hanging out. You came over. Did I have that arcade machine then?
Yeah, that one, yeah.
So I was like, hey, Matt, come down in the basement. I'll show you. I got this arcade machine. I want to say that was maybe even 2008.
That was when your parents, right?
And then I had, I had a small cabinet with a GameCube collection that I started collecting.
Oh, okay.
So that's when what's that, 13 years-ish? Now, the most impressive thing about my collection, frankly, I always say it in my game room tour, is like, yeah, I've collected all this in 10 years. But truthfully, 90% of that was collected in like 6 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You had something in your parents' attic or something?
Yeah, so I started collecting. Well, it wasn't my original Nintendo, but I bought a Nintendo and then it started snowballing from there.
Yeah.
But with the collection thing, I've been collecting for 12 years. But really 90% of my collection was found in 6 years. Yeah. You know what I mean? That first 6 years, I got almost 5,000 games, more. Yeah. Probably 5,500. Yeah. And then in the past 6 years, I've only added like probably 600 games, which is pretty wild. Yeah. 6 years for 5,500 games. Like, it was just boxes and boxes full of stuff that I was keeping.
If I still would have had my games, I would have so many.
You would have had a nice collection,
that's
for sure.
Because I've treated so much.
By the way, Jason V asks, we need an update on what system Matt has these days and what he's playing.
Oh, I'm not really playing games. I just have a modded Game Boy DMG or backlit Game Boy.
So Matt goes through phases. Last week he said he was going to start collecting Game Boys. He bought a couple Game Boy games, and before they even get shipped to him, he's already out of it. So that's how Matt rolls.
I have a PlayStation Classic,
which he never plays. I try and tell him. Thank God he's. So Matt had a PlayStation Classic that I modded for him, and he sold it for $23.
That was the last one.
$23?
Yeah.
So I was like, Matt, why? What did you need? Why do you need $23 that bad that you had to sell your Classic? I said, you just put it under your bed and it's there when you want to play it. So he's kept the latest one.
I have it. I thought it probably since February.
Okay. Luke T15 asks, has Matt ever had a girlfriend?
No.
No.
I have crushes on girls, but...
Okay, lots of girls. So if you know anybody in the area to hook Matt up with, can you let Rudy in there?
Oh, okay.
I'll continue with the next question. My dog, Rudy, wants in. Let's see. How do you protect your Romer? What's up, Romer? Romer 819. How do you protect your collection from disc and chip degradation? Any tips? No, I don't really think about it too much. Again, I've said this a few times. I've had the disc rot question a few times lately, and I don't have any disc rot that I know of. And I don't know anybody that's ever suffered from disc rot. So is it going to be a thing going forward? I'm sure, but I've never seen a disc with it myself. Early discs will go first. Sega CDs, Sega Saturn, I know it can be an issue. But later discs were made, like a PS3 disc is never going to suffer from disc rot. You know, like those discs were built. I don't know, maybe they will. I could be wrong. Anyways, and chip degradation, never experienced that I know of. That being said, my basement is really well temperature controlled, you know, not too humid. I would assume that if you've got a basement with a decent amount of humidity, that would be an issue for sure. I don't keep my games in dust protectors for the most part, or in crazy...
Oh, Rudy. Rudy's gonna knock down her.
All right, Rudy, go lay down.
Lay down, Rudy.
Go look at the camera there. Okay. Lay down.
He's charging.
Yeah, I don't keep all my games in like the plastic protectors or anything. So, I mean, it's different. You have to factor in that I've got my entire collection for free at garage sales. If I had paid retail price for each game, I might treat them differently. I don't know.
Yeah, what's Firespin Gaming say?
Firespin Gaming says, how bad are you having yard sale withdrawals? I would say it was worse last year because I started looking forward to the season. It was right about in March. Typically where I start watching my own videos to see what we got the year before.
We did hit one this weekend.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
We've hit 8 sales in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
So it's been pretty much non-existent.
Yeah, Not as much as it used to be.
8 sales in 2
So,
years.
okay, sorry. I mean,
We used to hit
okay, sorry,
70 to
I'm
80
sorry,
sales on
okay.
Saturday. So
I was just happy when we find some now.
I know. And we got yesterday. We got a little bit of dose. I mean, yeah, it's hard. It sucks big time. Yeah, it's awful.
Oh, mistakes.
Rudy farted.
So,
But there's worse things in the world. I keep telling myself that. Like, if the worst thing in my life right now is the fact that we can't hit garage sales on Saturday, then life's pretty good, right?
Yeah.
But it sucks. I mean, there's positives too. I don't have to.
I was looking at Chris. Oh, sorry.
What are you looking at,
I
man?
was looking at Chris Charles.
Looking at my junk?
No, Chris Charles question.
Okay, well.
Oh, sorry.
Now I don't even know what I was saying anymore.
Oh, sorry. You're talking about garage sales. Right.
So we miss it. Anyways. Who's your favorite yard seller in Guelph? The Birds Papaya, right?
Chris
Padro 215 Burnett says, my father works for Tamiya. Do you like those RC? I used to race them back in the 90s. So Tamiya is a Japanese RC company. We're very popular, still very, very popular. A lot of classics like the Hornet, I think the Grasshopper. Tamiya is a mix. Tamiya are the ones that are a mix between models and RC. So you put them all together, you paint the bodies. Model quality, like all pretty much plastic. Great for like whipping around in the driveway, but not so good for bash. I mean, you can bash them,
I
but
couldn't do that.
they're also not the cheapest thing. So I haven't got into Tamiya. Would I love to? Yes, I would love to build some of those old classics. Buggies. I think the Lunchbox is one. I love the they have, what do they call them? Cute versions? No, comical versions. So they have like their classic buggies, classic cars, and then they have comical versions of them, which have like big tires, and they're really cool.
Like cartoons, kind of?
Not like cartoons, but just like a funny take on them. Like, I don't know. Yeah. Anyways, to me, is very cool. The whole building thing is, I'm still pretty new to when it comes to RC, so I don't know if I'm ready for Tamiya. FM Gamer says, do you have Windows games? I have, I want to say 500 Steam games. I have so many games on Steam. Yeah, so yes, the answer is yes. Andrew plays on my Windows PC. A lot of Fortnite. He plays on my gaming PC. He uses that predominantly. He's getting really good at keyboard controls. XGeekoX asks, what's your favorite video game? Do you want to go first?
What is it? It probably, I don't know. I think it might be
Bugs Bunny Birthday Blowout.
I don't know. It might be
Stupid Sports.
It might be Tubin on Nintendo.
Tubin?
I love Tubin. I love the music.
Gotta be a better answer than that.
I don't know. Maybe my Mario Kart Double Dash. I don't know. I like that.
Mine's Metal Gear Solid.
Or Mario
on the PlayStation.
Mario Superstar Baseball on the GameCube.
Actually, he didn't say favorite. He said first.
Oh, first. Okay.
My first video game, I traded a skateboard for an Atari 2600 at a garage sale. And I remember playing Asteroids, and then that game Star Defender. It had like a keypad kind of thing. That was my first memory of gaming, but my first real memory is the original Super Mario Brothers on the NES.
With that kind?
I don't remember. I don't know, but I remember playing it.
Yeah.
We got a NES secondhand from someone, and my sister and I were playing it, and her friend knew all the like warp zones and stuff like that, and it blew my mind.
Mine was Mario Brothers Duck Hunt 2 when I first got my first Nintendo. I think it was like Christmas 1989. And my sister got it from my uncle. Yeah.
Mills Eric asks, what's Matt collecting these days?
Oh.
Does he ever have seller's remorse?
I do. I'm right now. I'm collecting DVDs, Blu-rays, and VHS, and I'm also
as of yesterday.
Yeah, I have my RC cards because I got a VCR at a garage sale.
So yeah. Seller's remorse all the time. He says I'm such an idiot for selling that, and I was like, I told you so.
Yeah, I know. I would have so many games if I didn't sell my games.
Jason Pym asks, long-time YouTube sub here, thank you. How's the DMG Game Boy collection going? It hasn't moved at all, aside from the game that Matt just told me that you want, I guess. What was that, Mr. Chin's?
Yeah, Mr. Chin's Gourmet Paradise.
Mr. Chin's Gourmet Paradise. So that's the newest game to the collection. Would I love to find more Game Boy games at swap meets and yard sales? Absolutely. That and NES probably top on my list of games that I like to find. Even ones that aren't valuable or great. I just love adding an NES game or a Game Boy game to my collection. Will RC's Ned Mucic? Will RC's eventually be in the basement with the games or not enough room? That's a good question. I don't think so. I've got a garage with a nice wall of RC and I can tweak that. I think it makes more sense. I did consider that though. But no, I don't think so.
My RC cars in my room. Just have two.
Dan Ivor asks, what do you love to do that we don't see? Great question. Will you ever get a gaming related tattoo? Two great questions. Matt's a no on the tattoo.
No.
Yeah, I've considered. I have a whole entire file of inspiration images I want to consider as getting for tattoos. I've always wanted. So my issue is I can't just get one here, one here. You know what I mean? Like I have to think of it as one piece. I would probably get a sleeve and incorporate certainly an NES controller, but I wouldn't go heavy into like any characters like or Zelda. Right? That's not really me. Probably just an NES controller somewhere. That would probably be the only thing gaming related.
There's something that people don't see about me. Like,
well, here we go. Are you coming out?
No, I'm not. No, I'm into fantasy sports.
Oh, come on. You're into fantasy sports like today and then tomorrow it's over.
No.
So this week he's into fantasy sports.
I've been in the league for 4 or 5 weeks.
What do you love to do that we don't see? So let me think. I am a hardcore basketball fan. I played basketball and football growing up. So I'm wearing my Raptors shorts right now. I'm a diehard Raptors fan. There's nobody that's a bigger fan of the Raptors than me. I know everything about the Raptors. Yeah, I absolutely love basketball. Anything else, Matt, that people might not know that I'm into? Teen Mom. I'm a closet Teen Mom fan. I love Jesus.
No, you don't.
I didn't tell you that either.
You're a liar. You're full of it.
Okay, let's move on here. Favorite game on the N64, Dreamcast, PS1, PS2, and original Xbox. I don't know if we'll get to all that. Favorite game on the N64, nothing because they all suck. Just kidding.
Mine's...
Go.
Oh,
favorite N64 game. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Ocarina of Time.
Snowboard Kids.
Snowboard Kids is a good one. Mario 64. That's just such a, revolutionary game.
Do the next system.
Dreamcast. I'm gonna have to go Power Stone.
Mine's Crazy Taxi.
I never got into Crazy Taxi. PS1, Metal Gear Solid.
Oh, PS1? I don't know.
PS2. I'm drawing a blank.
PS1's gotta be Jersey Devil. Jersey Devil or... I think Jersey Devil.
Yeah, okay. Let's go. I think we're gonna run out of time.
Okay.
Oh, here's a good question by David Delay. How are Matt's Haemorrhoids doing?
I never had them. That was just a joke.
How did that start? I made it the title of one of the YouTube videos or
Matt's
something.
Haemorrhoid problems.
Yeah, but was there a joke that started that?
I don't know. You just said it in a video. What? It was just one of the titles or something.
NT Games. Please come to my retro gaming podcast. It's just an hour. Thanks, NT Games. I did see your message at some point, NT Games. I apologize for not getting back. I get a ton of messages, and sometimes I just get overwhelmed and buried, and I fall behind. Just involved in my own stuff. I'm bad. I'm actually bad. Even like good friends of mine, I'm the guy that they'll text me and I'll read it and then I just don't get back. I'm terrible for that. I just get in these modes where you'll notice sometimes where like the content will just disappear for a few days. It's just because I'm, I don't know, going through a phase or whatever. So I apologize. I don't know if I have the bandwidth for podcast appearances right now, is all I can say. Gargoyle 13, thoughts on a new Switch being one-piece unit, like the Lite, but you can dock it. One-piece unit. Yeah, so this is...
Oh, that
Yeah. So okay. So essentially, full handheld, no Joy-Cons, but you can dock it.
That won't work.
Why wouldn't it work?
Because you need to put it in a dock.
What are you talking about?
We can hook it up to the dock?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just no Joy-Cons.
Okay.
It's attached.
Okay.
So you could put it in a dock.
How do you play it?
With your hands.
Oh, but I'm just saying if you have no Joy-Con.
The only thing you can't do with that is play tabletop mode,
okay.
which you technically probably could with another controller, but it would remove taking the Joy-Cons off to play, and you would need more controllers. So, what's my answer here? I would be totally fine with that.
Or you could just buy what you have, the dock.
What are you talking about?
That little dock you have.
If that works, yeah.
Yeah.
So currently I have this little plug-in dock.
Yeah.
You just plug the cord in and it puts it on the TV. I got to do a video on that. It's great.
Yeah.
If that works,
Yeah.
I guess. But I'm assuming that it would come with the new dock.
Okay.
I'd be okay with that. I do like the Joy-Con. Like I like playing tabletop sometimes, but it's not the end of the world. I use my Switch predominantly in handheld mode. I'd say 95% of the time in handheld mode.
I probably would stay away from that because I probably would have 6 of them or something.
Yeah, I'll convince Matt to buy my old one. Yeah, I view the Switch as a handheld console that you can also play on your TV, not the other way around, which is how Nintendo sold it. Shamrock Media, why did Matt quit game collecting?
I don't know. I don't really play games.
What's Matt's most regretted trade-in? Jen Ambo 8.
I don't know. Probably my GameCube collection or Game Boy or multiple Game Boy collections.
You built up a couple nice collections. What did you have, 90 games?
Yeah, I think GameCube I had maybe 110 maybe. And my Game Boy Family collection was the biggest one. It had like 260 games between the 3 systems.
And you traded in and got...
I got like $680. I got $640.
See, this is what happens. Matt lives check to check. So he'll build up a big collection of something, and then when he has no money, which is all the time because he blows it like almost the day of, he starts to look at things he has in his room that have value, and then that's how he sells everything because he can't save any money, and he has no money other than the 2 days after he gets paid. So then he looks around his room and goes, "Oh, I have a $600 collection here. I can get $600," and then it's gone, and it's just like a cycle, which leads to Matt spending tens of thousands of dollars and having nothing to show for it.
Hopefully I stick with movies. I don't know.
He's done well with RC.
Yeah, RC, I got 2 cars. I'm just going to keep those ones.
Okay, Nestino, before we get to Nestino's collection, which we'll probably end on, Alex asks, how did me and Matt meet? We covered that at the beginning. Netcruiser RC, do you follow him?
I don't
From
know.
Ottawa?
Maybe, I think so.
Area?
know.
Anyways, he asks, how big of an RC collection would you like? I would say my RC collection right now is perfect. It will be growing because there's a couple companies that are going to be sending us some cars to feature on the channel. I just added another shelf. I have a slot for 5 or 6 more cars. I don't want it to get any bigger than that. So what I do is I cycle through cars that I'm not using. I will box up, clean up, fix up, and then sell off. Probably a rotating collection of about 30 cars.
I might want like one or two more. I don't know.
I think 3, 4 cars for you is perfect.
Yeah. Like I was thinking like the Granite or the big rock next, the 3S.
Yeah, I told Matt that the Arma 3S line is all he ever needs. You don't need anything bigger than that, crazier than that.
Yeah.
Hey Matt, Nestino asks, hey Matt, what will it take for this pandemic to end?
I don't know. I don't know. But I'm actually liking what I'm doing at work now because I work in the morning, so I just do maintenance. So I like it. It's good for me because I like the shift better now.
What was the question?
What will need to happen for this pandemic to end?
Yeah, well, you didn't answer it.
I don't know.
Well, how do you think this pandemic's going to end?
It never will.
Never will.
It's always going to be... COVID, I think, will always be there. It'll be like the flu or something. But I don't know if it's going to ever...
Okay, what about smallpox? Is that still around?
No. I don't know if it'll ever be done. I'm just saying I like the way my shift is at work now.
Did you get vaccinated?
Yeah, I did. One vaccine I got, but next one I'm getting is September.
And you made it to the end of the video, and as a reward,
I hope you like it.
we're gonna do a taste test of lobster flavored chips.
Hope you like them.
Give it a sniff.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't smell fishy.
Oh, it smells good.
I got a feeling these are gonna be good. Okay, take one.
Okay. Do you eat it? When do you eat it? Okay.
It's not bad at all.
I don't feel good.
It's very good. I'm just trying to.
I don't feel good. I don't know if it's like, because I don't like pork rinds.
No, it's not like pork rinds.
Yeah.
It's a much more subtle flavor.
Oh, good.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm trying to get the lobster taste.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I kind of.
They're very good.
Yeah. I'm gonna leave some for the kids.
I could eat these for sure.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
I'm just trying to.
Yeah,
I guess.
I don't care. It kind of taste it a little bit.
I'm trying to find the lobster taste, but
yeah, let me taste it.
It's a very subtle flavor. They're good.
Oh, they're pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, these are good.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
thank you guys for watching. Thank you for making it to the end of this video, where you get to see Matt eat. Thank you for your continued support. Go follow Matt. The link will be in the description below. Anything else?
Thanks, guys. I'm still alive.
You're still alive.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye.